Welcome back. Does your internet connection slow down without notice? Is your data capped, or do you have to rent equipment from your service provider even though you could get similar gear elsewhere for less?
I don't know. Your answers may fall under arguments for net neutrality. Shelly Palmer, tech consultant and host of the Strategy Hacker live stream, joins us now with a new ruling on net neutrality and what it could mean for us all. So Shelly, this happened out in California. We know they went a little bit further with the rules. I know we all like cheaper prices, which is why the consumer likes net neutrality, but then you hear govern access to the internet and my alarm bells go off. Tell me why I shouldn't be scared.
You know, net neutrality is the most boring and most important and most poorly named thing there is about the internet. Let's break it down really quickly. California just passed its law. It's called the California Internet Consumer Protection and Net Neutrality Act. And it's based on an Obama-era set of rules from the FCC on net neutrality, which were specifically put in place to protect consumers. From what? From having internet providers slow down your service without telling you why. From having them let people pay them to access your service to give to you, but not let others give you service. So, for example, if you were an AT&T customer and they wanted to give you HBO Max and an unlimited data cap, capped and slowed down your Netflix to give them an edge with HBO Max because they own HBO Max, they wanted to stop all of that. So, of course, it is kind of governing the internet. So people who are anti-controlling or regulating went crazy and hated it, and people who were consumer protection advocates loved it. Well, California has passed and now can enforce, a federal judge ordered last week, the most I would say restrictive net neutrality rules that have ever been proposed. It is now considered the gold standard. So we're going to find out if this is really going to end investment in the internet, if this is really going to be great for consumers, because now it is fully enforceable in California. What does it mean for us? Well, there's pending legislation here in New York for net neutrality, which would protect consumers. You could think of it as a free and open internet, and I mean totally free when it comes to all information can pass no matter lawful websites. They can't force you to rent gear from them. You should be able to buy your own gear. You should be able to have complete and total access to any lawful content. They can't have paid prioritization. They can't block traffic. And more importantly, they can't throttle your traffic just because they feel like it. They just can't slow down the internet for you and speed it up for somebody else. So these are very important rules, guys. The question is it going to work in California? And if so, what will New York's law look like? Because it's on the books here, and they're going to vote on it here.
But Shelly, this is your background, so I want to take it back to the price points of this, because as consumers, that's what we focus on. So if we move forward with this in California, SB 822, what does that mean for us? Will it be cheaper? Will it be more expensive?
I think it's going to not impact our prices at all. There are people who are trying to fear-monger you to think it's going to cost you more. What the most important part is that you can't have your service restricted once you pay for it. So we all pay different prices for different speeds. We're used to that. But if you order gigabit service, are you really getting gigabit service? Because that's what this law is about. If all of a sudden you find you're paying for gigabit, but you're only ever getting 200 megabits per second, you say, why is it slowing down? And you don't know why. Well, this law prevents them from doing that just because they feel like it. So you're going to get what you pay for, and that's what's important. So I think it's not about whether it's going to be cheaper or more expensive, Bianca. It's really going to be about getting what you pay for and making sure that it's really free and open and you can just do what you want to do on the internet. That's what this law is about. There are states that have it already. California now has theirs. Colorado, Maine, New Jersey has a net neutrality law. But the California one is the most strict. So we're going to wait and see. And we'll see how the New York legislature does, because right now there's a pending legislation there for our state.
Yeah, and the New York legislature has a lot of stuff going on top of that, Shelly. It'd be interesting to keep watching. But thank you so much for your time, Shelly. Good to see you as always.
All right, guys.